I kept one secret from my best friend for years, until I couldn't anymore. My best friend and I met on the very first day of elementary school. We were only 6 years old, but somehow we became inseparable almost immediately. We grew up together, celebrated birthdays together, survived awkward teenage years together, and stayed close even after we both started living completely different lives. She knew me better than anyone else. Or at least, I thought she did. There was one secret I had been carrying for almost 20 years. Not even my parents knew. Every time I thought about telling someone, I'd convince myself it wasn't the right time. I was terrified that once people knew the truth, they'd see me differently. A few weeks ago, we met for dinner like we always do. We ended up sitting outside long after the restaurant had closed, talking about life. For some reason, I suddenly felt ready. My heart was racing. I looked at her and quietly said, "There's something I've never told you, and I've been hiding it for almost 20 years. She immediately stopped smiling and gave me her full attention. I took a deep breath and told her everything. The whole story. When I finished, I couldn't even look at her. I was waiting for questions. Or silence. Maybe even disappointment. Instead, she reached into her bag and pulled out an old envelope. She slid it across the table and said, "Open it." Inside was a handwritten letter with today's date on it. I looked at her, completely confused. She smiled and said, "I wrote that this morning." The first line read, "If today is finally the day you tell me your secret, I want you to know I've known for years." I couldn't believe what I was reading. I looked up at her and asked, "Why didn't you ever tell me?" She smiled and simply said, "Because it wasn't my secret to tell. I was just waiting until you were ready." For almost 20 years, I had been terrified that the truth would ruin our friendship. Instead, I found out she'd been protecting it the entire time. That's when I realized that real friendship isn't about knowing every secret. It's about giving someone the time to share it when they're ready.